The Council for the Republic, an organization led by exiled leaders, is now a reality. Its aim, boosting the independence movement. And despite being only privately funded, it's set to play a role in Catalan politics. Hello, and welcome to Catalan News. One of the key projects for Quim Torra's presidency came to fruition today, the Council of the Republic. In a moment, we'll tell you more about it, and we'll also hear from its supporters and its naysayers. On this Catalan News show, we'll also find out what issue worries the citizens of Barcelona the most. And it's not tourism. 1 year ago today, Catalonia was stunned by breaking news. Its ousted president and half of its government had gone into exile in Brussels. And exactly 12 months later, a tool for them to continue impacting the independence movement in the country and beyond was presented.
Resta investit president de la Generalitat de Catalunya.
It was one of Catalan President Quim Torra's main proposals the day he was sworn in, and now it is a reality. The Council for the Republic starts working today as a tool to boost the pro-independence movement abroad through the exiled officials. The Catalan government today made it clear that it is a private organisation with no public funding, although its spokeswoman said it will have some interaction with the executive. She added that the Council will be one of 4 pillars for taking Catalonia to independence.
Podríem pensar que hi ha 4 potes, per exemple, la part institucional, govern, parlament, administració local, la part de mobilitzacions i entitats civils, la part de l'exili, i en aquest sentit té molt rol el Consell per la República, i les presons.
Yet unionists have a very different view of the Council for the Republic. The Societat Civil Catalana civic organisation claims that the initiative is against the interests of Catalans. The Socialists said it is only aimed at keeping exiled former President Puigdemont happy, and both the Socialists and the Ciutadans parties agree with Societat Civil Catalana.
Creiem que totes aquestes escenificacions i organismes que intenten, si més no, verbalment, suplantar les funcions dels òrgans que ens representen a tots, és un menysteniment a l'autogovern.
Es una institución fake que vuelven a crear con dinero de todos. Es otra vez un intento de suplantar a las instituciones democráticas.
The Council for the Republic will have Puigdemont and one of his exiled former ministers, Toni Comín, among its leaders. The presentation comes on the day marking a year since they moved to Belgium following the Declaration of Independence. The exiled officials have overcome 2 failed extradition attempts by Spain in Belgium, Germany, Switzerland and Scotland, and a 12-day stay in prison for the former president. Yet a year on, there is still no possibility on the horizon for them to return to Catalonia without the risk of being imprisoned, like 9 other officials who stayed.
The Spanish president will have to speak in the Congress about the Catalan issue. Pedro Sánchez will need to explain the initiatives he's taking towards reaching political and democratic solutions in Catalonia. This after a successful request by pro-independence groups Esquerra Republicana and PDeCAT. Sánchez met with the Catalan president Quim Torra on July 9th, and both governments have engaged in bilateral discussions since then. But Spain's leader has flatly rejected agreeing on an independence referendum. Now, time for several recent breakthroughs by the Catalan medical community. Investigators in the Vall d'Hebron hospital have presented a study which provides new reasons for cardiac aging. Using heart samples from mice, researchers found that the level of calcium has an impact on the muscle cells of the heart. Other research at Hospital del Mar identified an enzyme which is key in the development of cancer. And the Clinic Hospital presented today a pilot project with video cameras installed in the neonatal intensive care unit so that parents can see their children 24 hours a day. Moving on, a local poll in Barcelona has unveiled what the main concerns of its residents are. This roughly half a year before the next local election. And there's been a relevant change compared to last year, for first place.
Neither insecurity, nor traffic, nor the political situation in Catalonia. The main concern for Barcelona citizens is housing. This according to a study by the local council. For the first time, nothing preoccupies locals more than access to a home, with figures even doubling from last year and dethroning another hot issue, tourism. Over 2,500 evictions took place in Barcelona in 2017 according to data. In the last 5 years, it's been at almost 15,000. Meanwhile, recent data also shows that rent prices in the Catalan capital have gone up. They're even higher than in Madrid, at over 17 euros per square meter. Housing is not a new problem here. 10 years ago, the financial crisis shook the foundations of Catalan society. Unemployment skyrocketed, economic growth plummeted, and after a painful recovery, most of these indicators are slowly going back to pre-crisis levels. But housing remains critical. The 2008 downturn brought the construction boom to a sudden end. As a consequence, thousands of apartments were left unfinished before they were even ready to enter the market. And nothing encapsulates the drama of the housing crisis as much as evictions. People were left paying mortgages and rents they couldn't afford. Banks started taking the apartments from them, and as a response, the anti-eviction movement emerged, with its most visible leader, Ada Colau, becoming the mayor of Catalonia's capital, Barcelona. The lack of access to affordable housing has given rise to microflats measuring much less than the legal requirements to rent. Empty apartments held by banks in the old town are overrun by drug dealers, and with the advent of tourism come vulture funds and Airbnb getting preference over tenants. But the study also shows that Barcelona citizens have hope, with over 60% believing the situation will get better.
What does the future hold? That's the $1 million question, and an exhibit reflects on this issue. The show, by Rax Media Collective, talks about the possible futures, some of which are more evident, while others depend on how we handle the present. Works by some 30 artists talk about topics such as connectivity and temporary nature, mixing art with philosophy and research on history. It can be found at the MACBA Museum in Barcelona. And still talking about art, but a much older one. The Catalan Center for the Restoration of Artifacts of Catalonia is about to finish work on some 16th century works from the Diocesan Museum of Urgell in the Pyrenees. And how are they carrying out this meticulous project? To find out, take a look at this video. Thanks for watching our show today, and see you tomorrow.